Just a little drag, a little bit more behind the beat.
Yeah,
jump.
It's not the right sound, so
like
imagine this is the right
bed.
sound. Check this.
Michael Jackson, aged 50, rehearsing for his much-anticipated This Is It comeback tour.
It's funkier. I'm not feeling that part enough.
There hadn't been a hit in years.
You don't feel totally nourished by it, you know?
His reputation was in tatters.
Now it feels like somebody's their fist is shoved into your ear.
Okay.
Yet there were flashes of the drive and brilliance that made him the king of pop.
I've always believed it was a gift. And I would say that. I said, you're a gift from God. He knew what he wanted, he knew what he wanted to do, and he executed it. He always wanted more. It was never enough. It was never enough. He wanted to prove himself more and more and more.
It's got a moment where it has to simmer.
That's right.
You're not letting it simmer.
But the This Is It tour never happened. Jackson was hopelessly hooked on drugs. This audio recording, a disturbing insight into the depth of his addiction.
I want to say, he was raised in the town and the world.
Not long afterwards, Michael Joseph Jackson was dead from a drug overdose.
My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m.
I've never, ever, ever felt so... I don't know how I felt. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe to hear talking about my brother's dead. I remember where we came from, and now it ends like this.
Michael Jackson is, without question, one of the greatest performers of our time. Yet, 10 years after his death, his name remains tainted by controversy.
How should the world remember Michael Jackson?
As a supremely talented entertainer, singer, dancer, choreographer, composer, songwriter, but as a flawed man. A very flawed man.
Do you think he was evil?
No, I don't think Michael Jackson was evil. I think he was one of those creative beings that never really truly found his place in the world. But I know it wasn't, and it shouldn't have been, with other children.
Is there any doubt in your mind that Michael Jackson was a child molester?
No, and there's no doubt in my mind.
The allegations against Jackson are monstrous and many. And it's only now that some key witnesses are ready to talk.
Some of the things that you're about to say, you have never said in almost 30 years.
Yes.
Why now?
I believe it's time for the world to know.
To know what happened there?
Yeah, what was going on behind the gates.
But Michael Jackson's family and his loyal fans refuse to believe he is anything other than a mercurial Peter Pan, a broken but beautiful soul, as innocent as a child.
There's no dark side with him. He was about light and positiveness and bringing people together through the music and singing about it and living it.
How certain are you that Michael was not capable of sexual abuse?
Listen, he's been acquitted. He's been acquitted. He's been acquitted on all these charges. I'm gonna say this, that's not who he is.
How certain are you? Just one last question, sir, if I could.
No.
We have to address these things.
No.
Tonight, the truth about the King of Pop. From those who knew him best. The family who loved him.
He never ceased to amaze you, because you're always wondering, what is he going to do next? What are you going to do next?
And the boys he loved and left deeply scarred.
This is not anymore Peter Pan. This is, for me, absolutely, he crossed the line, yeah.
The crazy conspiracy theories.
There's no accident. There's
This was
no
planned?
accident. My brother was murdered.
Are there any secret rooms?
The damning, never-before-seen evidence.
In your expert opinion, is this Michael Jackson's handwriting?
There is no doubt in my mind that Michael Jackson wrote these notes.
No doubt.
No doubt.
And in a worldwide exclusive, we take you inside Neverland.
All these kids.
As a former staffer reveals for the first time the true horror of what went on behind closed doors.
I'm very sorry for these kids. I'm very sorry. I wish I could have done more. Sorry. That's the guilt I still feel. But I've got to let it go. That's what this interview's about.
Asking people to believe the victims?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
No place exemplifies the weird and decadent lifestyle of Michael Jackson like this place, a sprawling playground of a ranch called Neverland. It's named after the imaginary island in Peter Pan, home of the boy who never grew up. Here, the King of Pop tried to create the childhood he never had. At an age when most kids were learning their ABC, Michael Jackson was already a star, fronting the mega pop group the Jackson 5. A fresh-faced kid with a groovy helmet of hair and an angelic voice.
The first time I heard Michael sing was in school. Michael sung Climb Every Mountain. And he sung that song so strong and so powerful. Our mouths were like, wow.
There's a joy in your eyes, Jermaine, when you talk about that period.
Wow, you know this.
It's something you cherish, isn't it, that time?
I cherish it because it was the beginning.
Did anyone in the family predict just how successful he would go on to become?
We'll put it like this. We were cheering him on all the way.
But behind that megawatt smile was a tyrannical father who prized fame above family.
I think the father was the reason the Jackson 5 became the Jackson 5. But I also believe that he was a mean, violent, dictatorial tyrant in the family.
And Joe Jackson was especially tough on his second youngest son, Michael, according to author Diane Dimond.
I think he had a horrible childhood. And I believe that untoward things happened to him when he was away from his mother and under the charge of his father with his brothers. And I think he never recovered.
on his own.
Michael Jackson became the wallet for his family. He was the most talented person there, and he carried that family forever until he finally said, I'm going out on my own. And he set off to make his own career, and none of the rest of the Jacksons did anything much.
With each album, Michael Jackson just got bigger and bigger.
Across the land.
But it was Thriller that launched him into the musical stratosphere, becoming the highest-selling album in the world.
I knew Thriller was going to be a hit just from the video alone. You know, it had a big statement. No one never seen that type of art on TV, and it's just one of my brother's wild dreams.
66 million copies, I think we were talking about. Did that make him happy? You know, did he ever, as a perfectionist, did he ever seem satisfied with it?
I think he was happy and proud of himself, but of course, it's always best to try to reach 100. You know, I'm pretty sure that went through his head, too.
100 million?
Yeah.
What's the problem? Come on, I'll take you home.
Michael won 8 Grammys for Thriller. He walked the red carpet that night with movie star Brooke Shields and a child actor, 12-year-old Emmanuel Lewis. There would be many more such outings to come.
Michael Jackson had a specific routine with young children, mostly boys. He would wow them with his superstardom. It was, for a child, overwhelmingly special. Wow, Michael Jackson likes me. He's taking me in his limousine. We're riding in planes together. We're going to exotic places. What child wouldn't be bedazzled by that?
I like those songs a lot, but especially I like the new songs.
Back then, Michael Jackson could do no wrong.
We would do about anything to see Michael Jackson.
His fans loved it.
Now, he hadn't rehearsed anything. All that he did on that Billie Jean sequence, or that day, he did it, the spirit of the moment up there, and it became like one of the greatest performances. That was a moment. That was a moment.
It still gives you tingles to think about it.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm here just to watch him move.
Michael Jackson was now the world's biggest pop star, but his charmed life was about to veer off course. Michael suffered terrible burns when his hair caught on fire during the filming of a Pepsi commercial.
I remember rushing to the hospital and being there, and he kept saying he's okay, but he was in a lot of pain. But yeah, he was happy that he was alive.
How did that affect him?
It did a great deal. It did a great deal. Michael, first of all, he's very shy. I don't know if people ever knew that or not. Michael's very shy and very withdrawn, but that made him even more withdrawn.
That injury led to a lifelong addiction to painkillers.
Yes. Do you recall what your answer was?
What was the answer? It started with prescription medication, and then it just got worse.
How bad?
It was so bad that one pharmacy refused to service Michael Jackson any longer. They'd had it with the false names. They couldn't give him any more of the narcotics that he asked for. And this Beverly Hills pharmacy said, no more, I can't do it. That's how bad it got. Because in Hollywood, you can get anything you want if you are a celebrity.
Are we talking just prescription drugs?
No, not only was Michael Jackson hooked on prescription drugs, he was hooked on surgery, in part because of the medication they gave him to go under. It made him go into another place.
Michael Jackson's behaviour was becoming more and more erratic.
I'm a monster. When the moon is full, I metamorphosize into another being.
Didn't he?
Yeah, that started from, I think, was it Rupert Murdoch who started that? Yeah. He's from Australia, too. yes. No, see...
Why did he hate that name?
Because that's not who he is.
And Jackson's appearance was becoming stranger too. His face was morphing under the surgeon's knife. Plastic surgery, especially the dramatic transformation of his nose, became an obsession that lasted a lifetime.
Michael never liked his nose, and he wanted to change it. And he did. And if you don't like something, change it. And that's what he did.
And was that it? Did he go beyond? Was it more than that?
I don't know.
Are you bleaching your skin? And is your skin lighter because you don't like being black? When people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
He was a known figure, so, we make something out of nothing. Today, you look at people today, like the Kardashians or anybody, and you think nothing of it.
This is going to be the best concert of the century, don't you think? Definitely.
Then, in 1988, at the peak of his fame, Jackson bought Neverland. And beyond the wrought iron gates of this sprawling Californian ranch, he created a child's fantasy land, conjured straight from the pages of a little golden book.
With Neverland, he built his kids' playground for himself, but it was also for children who were less fortunate. He built his own world within this world, and that's what Neverland was, a beautiful place where kids can just have wonderment and be happy.
Okay, here we go on 3. Wait, don't cheat.
Ready?
No, but your hands gotta be inside the pocket, man.
No.
I'm gonna beat you.
Neverland provided Jackson with the ideal setting to indulge his love of children.
Do we get prizes?
Yeah.
A trip to Bermuda.
Yeah.
The place was always filled with kids, some enjoying a short break from sickness and disadvantage. Others...
I can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape.
Like Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin, were regular fixtures.
Tell me what you're going to say.
I'm going to say, John, in appreciation for working on this.
I think he did think of himself as Peter Pan, and he did sit in the big tree in front of the Neverland front door and write songs with children running around. I do believe that, yes.
You don't want to grow up?
No, I am Peter Pan.
But I think there was more to it than that. Lots more.
At first, Jackson was dismissed as an eccentric, the nutty pop singer who refused to grow up. But then, troubling stories started to circulate. Former security guard Melanie Bagnall worked at Neverland. She saw firsthand the sickness at the core of Jackson's fantasy world. But she's never spoken about it until now.
I think Neverland was built for his pleasure. I think it was part of romancing kids, you know?
It was almost a shrine to children.
Yes.
These boys that Michael would spend time with, how old would they be?
They were usually, I'm guessing here, 10 to 12.
And these boys would stay for sleepovers?
Yes.
Alone with Michael?
Yes.
Is there any doubt in your mind that Michael Jackson was a child molester?
Sadly, I believe he was. I know he was.
At first, Melanie didn't question what was going on behind closed doors. But that changed when she witnessed a disturbing incident involving Jackson and one of the young Neverland boys as they drove around the estate in a golf cart.
What did you see?
There was a child sitting on his lap, and he had his hands close to his genitalia, like cupping his genitalia.
Just to clarify, Michael Jackson had his hand on the boy's crotch?
Yes. Yes. And it was disturbing. It was alarming. It was a confirmation in ways, you know.
Things changed for you then?
Yes.
This is a difficult question, Melanie, but the boy that you saw on the golf cart, do you believe Michael Jackson sexually abused him?
Yes.
You're that confident?
Yes.
I'm absolutely stunned by the sheer number of images of children.
Oh, this is one of the bedrooms.
Jackson went to great lengths to hide his abuse. As this exclusive vision shows, Neverland had a whole network of secret rooms and passageways where he would often disappear for hours on end with his young guests.
Is it hard to watch?
Yeah.
What is it that's giving you that anxiety, Melanie?
Just the bad things that happened there.
Yeah.
You know.
Gee, isn't this chilling? The framed photos of Macaulay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these images of, I mean, some
all
of
these
the children.
Kids.
They're so young. And the dolls, did you see dolls while you were working there?
Yes, up in the doll room. They called it the doll room. And it was dolls and toys and things.
Do you believe that there were people who helped cover this up?
Yes.
Just to be clear, when we're talking about keeping a secret, you believe that there were people there who knew he was abusing children?
Yes.
And that they actively covered that up?
Yes.
Melanie's accounts of what happened at Neverland were backed up by co-worker, housemaid Adrian McManus, in this 2015 television interview.
Did you ever see anything in his bedroom that you thought was wrong?
I would walk in and there would be boys laying in his bed with him. I'd walk in his room. His underwears would be floating in the jacuzzi, in the water. He had a jacuzzi in his bedroom. They'd be floating in the water with the little boys' underwears.
But back at the height of Jackson's fame, his staff dared not speak out. Jackson's goons made sure of it.
They were called the OSS, Office of Special Services. And at one point, a bodyguard said, "We do what's necessary."
My goodness, it sounds like something you might describe with the KGB.
Yeah, it was, looking back, there was so many people working to keep secrets. They were calling the shots at the ranch, and it was like just being terrorized at work. I can't describe it. These guys walking around packing guns and, you know, telling people what to do.
But then the father of one of those Neverland boys dropped a bombshell. Evan Chandler accused Jackson of sexually abusing his son, Jordan. Not long afterward, the police swooped.
They are combing the place, absolutely combing the place. And when I was taking the detective around, he made a comment that this is pedophile heaven. And I thought, wow, this is not good.
Okay, there's some other locker rooms. We need to get into the children's room.
As detectives searched the labyrinth of secret rooms at Neverland, Jackson suffered the indignity of a strip search.
He was just mortified. He was upset. He just wasn't having it. And he did it. He did it. They stripped him and did it.
It was a full strip search and an examination of his genitalia.
Yes, because this child described things on his body, and that's how they got the warrant, I'm assuming.
Specific markings on his genitalia.
Yes. Yes.
What was Michael's reaction? What was he like after that
He
search?
was extremely upset.
They served a search warrant on me, which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my penis, my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted.
Jackson and his lawyers fought back, claiming those abuse allegations were no more than a money grab.
Never, ever. I could never harm a child or anyone. It's not in my heart.
But the case was still settled out of court for a whopping $22 million.
I'm a mother, and I was reading what a prepubescent child was saying about what Michael Jackson did to him, and it took my breath away. It gives me goosebumps to think about it today.
It's all a lie. His attorneys wanted him to settle because there's a lot of stuff going on and everything.
It's a big claim, though, isn't it, Jermaine? They're settling for $22-odd million.
Because that's what
if you
they
did
wanted.
nothing wrong.
That's what they wanted. They got what they want. They got the money.
This is a favorite thing for the family and fans to say that, well, they're just out for money. Really? This is not an easy thing for a child molestation victim to come forward, especially not for young boys.
The episode tainted Jackson's image.
The time has come for Michael Jackson to move on to new business.
He tried to win back the world's good opinion with a short-lived marriage to Lisa Marie Presley. The newlyweds even recorded an erotic music video together.
Were they in love?
I think so. But it's very tough when you got the king of pop and then you got Elvis's daughter coming together. But who knows? Listen, it's Hollywood.
Was it a consummated, real marriage, like between the husband and wife? Yeah. It was a consummated marriage. Yeah. It was. Okay, that's all.
Do you believe Michael Jackson had an interest in women?
No, I don't think so. I think he had an interest to meet certain ends, You know, he needed to have a date to go somewhere. There was Brooke Shields. He needed to get married to wipe away some of the bad publicity. There was Lisa Marie. But I don't think he was sexually interested in women.
Michael Jackson has just been accused of sexual abuse by one of his young playmates, 13-year-old Jordan Chandler. But neither the allegations nor the $22 million payout discouraged Jackson from filling his Neverland ranch with busloads of children, or from hosting his underage sleepovers.
For how long would he be inside his bedroom with these boys?
Overnight. He didn't come out during the day. You know, it was terrible. People joke, oh, the boss is a vampire. You know, he only comes out at night.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Do you still think that it's acceptable to share your bed with children?
Of course. Of course, why not?
Rather than changing his ways, Jackson was defiant.
If you're going to be a pedophile, if you're going to be Jack the Ripper, if you're going to be a murderer, it's not a good idea. That I'm not.
He openly paraded his favourite young fans, even taking them on tour.
I was a big fan. I see the first concert, it was in 1992 in Munich. And I told all the people at this time, one time I will meet Michael Jackson. And everybody say to me, yeah. And then the moment comes, yeah.
German Michael Jacobshagen was a starstruck 12-year-old when he met Jackson in Paris.
So all of a sudden, you're standing there in a hotel room with your idol.
Yeah. And this was amazing. I mean, I saw him and then he gave me a hug. And then he say in German, Ich liebe dich. This is in I love you. I love you in German. And then I spent a complete day with him together. And we played, and there was also another kids too.
How many other children were there?
Around 4 or 5. 4 or 5 other children.
Young Michael Jacobshagen went home to Germany, but Jackson didn't forget his new friend.
This was a Christmas letter, what he's sending to me. To my friend Michael, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you very soon. I love you. Love, Michael Jackson. This was from Christmas 1997. Yes.
Jackson continued courting Michael from the other side of the world with tenderly worded notes and letters.
One of them is from Neverland, what he sent it to me. This was after 1998. He writing, Michael, I truly miss you very much. Thanks for your loyalty and support. I wait for you at Neverland. All my love, always, Michael Jackson.
How many of these letters did he send you?
30, 35.
Those letters culminated in an invitation to join Jackson on a leg of his History World Tour. That's Michael with his idol waving from a hotel window in Berlin.
Tell me about the very first sleepover with Michael Jackson. What happened?
First, it was just to sleeping, so sometimes sleeping also another kids in the bed. It was not just me.
And what would happen in the bed?
I mean, watching all this Peter Pan, I don't know how many times I watched Peter Pan. I can't watch anymore because I watch, I don't know how many, 70, 100 times, and all this time with Michael. It was absolutely his favorite, yeah, because he say he is Peter Pan.
When did you first spend your night on your own with Michael Jackson?
This was in 1998.
Would there be any contact between his body and your body?
Yes. I mean, we was together, our bodies was together. I was on this side and he was behind me and he put his arm around me.
Pressed up against you?
Yes.
Was there ever anything sexual that happened between you?
The bodies together, you know? The bodies, that's why he also my rubber friend, you know? I mean...
What does that mean?
Rubber is that you put your two bodies together, you know?
As in rubbing up against each other?
Yes, this is exactly what is rubber.
You know, to hear these accusers, it almost sounds like a love affair. Michael Jackson, according to them, loved to hug and kiss and snuggle and bounce him up and down on his knee and call him Rubba and give him cute nicknames and give him gifts, just like any paramour. But they say, as the time went on, this grooming, as they call it, escalated.
Michael Jacobshagen was no longer just a fan. He was Michael Jackson's special friend. The relationship stepped up a level.
Was Michael Jackson ever naked around you?
Yes, when we was in the jacuzzi.
He would fully strip off?
Yes. He was naked in the jacuzzi, and then he asked me also and say, you can do the same if you want. And I say to him, no, I don't want that. And he say, you can do it like me. Yeah, there's no problem.
There's a lot of people out there who are motivated because they see Michael's vast estate and they want a piece of that. That's not the motivation for you.
I don't want a piece of the estate, no.
You don't want any money from Michael Jackson's estate?
No.
What sets Michael's claims apart from all the others is that he has physical proof to back up what he is saying.
There's a book called The Boy. This is a book with naked boys, completely naked boys inside. And this is what he gave it to me as a present. This was one of the pages here.
What does that say?
To Michael J., my friend, your rubber friend, MJ.
On the opposite page there, Michael, is an image of a boy. He looks, what, 8 or 9 years old and is totally naked.
Yeah, this is, he's a naked boy, yeah. You see the same what I see? Because I see it now the first time. Take the book and look the pictures. I never saw that. You see something? Because I saw it now the first time.
It's circled.
Yes.
You know, quite clearly you can see here there's a circle that's been drawn around the boy's backside. There's also, I don't know if you can see here, there's an arrow that's pointing up towards it as well.
I never saw that before. I see it now with the light the first time.
This is so wildly inappropriate. There are not words for it.
This is not art. This is, in my opinion, pornography.
If what you're saying is true, Michael, this is a stunning piece of evidence.
I know that also now.
You're not making it up, you're not lying.
No, absolutely not.
But we weren't going to simply accept Michael's word. In fact, in Europe, he's even been accused of forgery. So we took his book to America's foremost forensic handwriting analyst. His verdict?
In your expert opinion, is this Michael Jackson's handwriting?
There is no doubt in my mind that Michael Jackson wrote these notes.
No doubt?
No doubt.
How certain are you?
I'm 100% certain the person who inscribed these notes is Michael Jackson.
To your knowledge, were you ever accused of having sexually molested Macaulay?
That's an instruction not to answer on that one.
Michael Jackson was at the centre of extremely damaging and ugly rumours about his many relationships with young boys. But when questioned, Jackson's lawyers were quick to shut things down.
Were you ever accused of having sexually molested Brett Barnes?
Won't answer that.
This lawyer's interview came after 5 Neverland workers were sacked for raising their concerns about Jackson's behaviour. But yet again, Jackson was in total denial.
I get angry and I want to talk about to set the record straight. You get tired of people lying. I get tired of situations like this where people completely lie on me, and I'm sick of it.
Melanie Bagnall was one of the so-called Neverland 5. She claims the Michael Jackson machine sprang into action the moment they threatened to go public with child abuse allegations.
These bodyguards were there terrorizing employees, and it started to be a really scary time. There was an incident where a bodyguard took his gun out and said, if you don't have anything nice to say, maybe you shouldn't say anything.
Well, did you actually believe that they could kill you?
Sure.
Prince, over here. Prince, start here and then go out there, Grace.
Despite all the unwelcome scrutiny, Jackson still went on to have 3 children of his own.
Daddy?
Prince.
My name is Prince Michael Jackson, and I love my daddy.
Paris.
You tell her what you want her to say.
And Blanket.
Abu, Abu, Abu. Yes.
And his parenting style was equal parts odd and downright dangerous. But it wasn't just Jackson's behaviour towards his own children that made headlines. It was this moment in an explosive 2003 documentary exposing his disturbingly close relationship with 13-year-old cancer patient Gavin Arvizo.
There was one night I stood in there, I asked him if I could stay in the bedroom. And he let me stay in the bedroom. And I was like, Michael, you can sleep on the bed. And he was like, no, you sleep on the bed, sleep on the bed. We're like, no, you sleep on the bed. And then he finally said, okay, if you love me, you sleep on the bed. I was like, oh, man. And so I finally slept on the bed.
After watching the documentary, Gavin's mother, Janet Arvizo, went to the police.
An arrest warrant for Mr. Jackson has been issued. Mr. Jackson's been given an opportunity to surrender himself to the custody of the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Department.
Could you relay what the accusations from Gavin were?
Well, there were multiple acts of molestation, but the molestation was all touching. He was touching Gavin's genitalia and expected him to do the same with Michael Jackson. Jury selection went about 4 or 5 days, but...
Assistant District Attorney Ron Zonen led the prosecution case against Jackson and his high-powered legal team.
How could this go on with so many people involved? Parents, staff. Did they all just turn a blind eye?
It was a combination of things. The people who worked in Neverland were very protective of him. Nobody addressed the issue, nobody talked about it, nobody came to conclusions, they wouldn't discuss it among themselves. The guards would see a child go into his room and stay there overnight and for days at end. And they simply didn't allow themselves to draw the conclusion that anyone would conclude. They just didn't allow themselves to address that, in part because he was truly an international superstar.
So because this was Michael Jackson, this was the great unspoken?
Yes. Yes, unspoken is probably the best way of describing it.
Jackson faced 10 serious charges of abuse against Gavin Arvizo, including 4 counts of child molestation. He pleaded not guilty. The trial was a sensation. Huge international news.
The first day that we showed up, there were helicopters circling over the courthouse. There was a crowd of a few thousand people who were there, his fans, chanting, yelling. There were maybe hundreds of reporters. I mean, I was told for closing argument that there were 1,500 reporters at the courthouse.
How did the jurors react to the sight of this mega superstar in the dock?
You know, very differently than any other child molest case that I had ever tried. I mean, there were a number of jurors who were just giddy with excitement at the prospect of being in a room with Michael Jackson. You're dealing with an international superstar. This is not just Joe Blow. They owned his music. They grew up with him.
Jackson's legal team threw everything at Gavin Arvizo and his family. Among the pop star's key defenders was child actor Macaulay Culkin and a young Australian dancer, Wade Robson, who lived with Jackson as a boy.
Yeah, you know, there's been different times where it'll just be me and Michael. Then there'll be other times where he has other friends over too. That's what, like what Brett said, it's just a slumber party. We just have a lot of fun.
The court believed Wade Robson. Jackson was acquitted. But in an amazing about-face 5 years ago, Wade admitted that he too had been molested by Jackson.
Every time we were together, it happened. It started with him fondling, then it would, then it moved into kissing him, kissing me on the lips like a French kiss sort of thing. And then it moved to oral sex. Michael was a child predator, a child sexual abuser.
If Michael Jackson is the monster you believe him to be, why was he never convicted?
There was simply a lack of cooperation, and we didn't have the other victims' cooperation. So we didn't have the kind of compelling case to be able to present, as we often don't in child sexual abuse. It rests on the testimony of the child. In this particular case, you had a very wealthy defendant, and the jury was susceptible to the argument that this was a family of grifters. The father really was a bit of a crook who just wanted to be able to walk away with a small fortune and never have to work another day in their lives, and the jury was susceptible to it.
Could you be wrong? Could Michael Jackson be innocent and just be wildly misunderstood?
No.
How certain are you Michael Jackson molested children?
Oh, completely. Completely. I mean, if that requires 100% certainty, I'm 100% certain.
How certain are you that he is not capable of something like this?
No,
that Michael
listen,
was not capable of sexual abuse?
Listen, he's not. He's been acquitted. He's been acquitted on all these charges. I'm going to say this. That's not who he is.
How certain are you? Just one last question, sir, if I could.
No.
It's been a very calm interview.
Please,
we have to address these things.
Brother, rest in peace. Let my brother rest in peace. It's been 10 years this year. Let him rest in peace.
And the people that are still doubting him, what would you say to them, Jermaine?
That's about.
They need to open their eyes.
That's about. Thank you.
Just leave me alone.
Michael Jackson had survived 2 damaging child abuse cases.
Are you familiar with a person named Jordy Chandler?
Don't answer.
Now, he was preparing a triumphant comeback. A world tour so big and so dazzling, it would repair all the damage to his reputation.
This is it. I'll be performing the songs my fans want to hear. This is the final curtain call.
But the King of Pop's health had collapsed. He was battling a serious drug addiction.
He was thin and malnourished. Mentally, he felt extremely challenged. He did not have the capacity to do the number of shows that they were asking. And that was worrisome for him.
Everybody's doing a great job, and just continue and believe and have faith.
They talked about Michael at the rehearsals as being a zombie at times, or looking that way.
And I'm honored that the world appreciates my art. I'm very honored.
Las Vegas doctor Conrad Murray was Jackson's personal physician in the final weeks of his life.
What was making him so sick at that time?
He was addicted to opioids. That was Michael's problem. He was getting enormous, copious amounts of the drugs. He was getting the substance, Demerol, is an opioid, on a daily basis.
So we're talking daily doses of something almost as powerful as morphine. Yes. That's enough, is it not, to make a normal person almost catatonic?
Oh, absolutely.
Such was Jackson's dependence on Conrad Murray, he had the doctor virtually move in with him. Murray became a daily witness to the star's struggle with insomnia and drug addiction.
Michael was troubled to go to sleep during the last days of his life. Michael could not sleep without the assistance of substance.
Murray admits he began supplying and injecting Jackson with a heavy-duty surgical anaesthetic known as propofol to help him sleep.
The childhood. I feel their pain. I feel their hurt. It hurt, you know? It hurt.
This shocking recording of Jackson made shortly before he died shows just how powerful the drug was.
I love them. I love them because I didn't have a childhood.
And it was that drug, propofol, that Jackson demanded from Murray in his last hours. He was craving a fix.
That night was miserable. He could not sleep. Could not sleep. He pleaded, he begged, cried, told me how much, if he did not sleep, what would happen, he couldn't function and he couldn't get ready for the concerts. Oh.
You regret none of your actions that night?
Let me tell you. I regret that my friend is no longer present. I love Michael. I'll never stop loving him.
And yet you killed him.
I never... Oh, please. You should apologize. Why would you make such a statement that I did something like that?
Murray claims to this day that it was Jackson himself who injected the fatal dose shortly before he died.
Even if you didn't give him the injection, you gave him the drugs that he died from.
Nothing that I gave Mr. Jackson would have led to his demise.
So you're an innocent man?
I am.
Wrongly convicted?
Absolutely.
We have a gentleman here that needs help and he's not breathing.
However it happened, a security guard found Michael Jackson unconscious around midday on June 25, 2009.
He's not breathing. I'm check constant, sir. Right now. He's on the bed, sir.
He was transported to UCLA Hospital and his family rushed to his side.
This is hard. My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m. I've never, ever, ever felt so... I don't know how I felt. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. Here, talking about my brother's dead. I remember where we came from, and now it ends like this.
Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine.
The world was in shock. The king of pop, the greatest performer of our time, was dead.
And I just wanted to say I love him so much.
Michael Jackson's personal doctor, Conrad Murray, was later charged with the involuntary manslaughter of his famous patient. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. But Jermaine Jackson believes there were others involved in his brother's death. And it was deliberate.
There's no accident. There's no accident. I look at it like this. They don't want him to be the king of pop, or they don't want him to have the largest selling albums. They want to call someone else the king of pop. They took his life.
This was planned?
My brother was murdered.
Ten years after Michael Jackson's death, no one doubts his genius. But he was also flawed. Just how deeply flawed, we may never know.
I know the fans will not believe it. The fans say, no, he loved children. He could not possibly have been a child molester because look how great a singer and dancer he was, and he gave to children's charities. It just doesn't hold water with me. And it doesn't hold water with law enforcement people who know the profile of a pedophile. And Michael Jackson fit that to a T.
So your motivation for saying these things now about Michael is that you want the world to know the truth?
Yes. This what's happened is absolutely not okay and not right. With all this together, with the book, with the jacuzzi, sleeping in the bed, Rabba Rabba friend, yeah? Bodies together. He crossed the line. This is not anymore Peter Pan. For me, absolutely, he crossed the line, yeah.
Is there something that you would like to say to the kids that were there at Neverland?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I do feel like I let them down. You know, like I should have done something or could have done something or I felt a lot of guilt. A lot of guilt.
Do you have any comment that you'd like to?
But I prefer not to go into any of that.
I understand.
Let's keep Michael at peace and where he is.
I understand, and I respect that.
He's given the world so much joy.
I understand.
And let's not take that away from him.
I respect that, and we'll leave it there.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Isn't running next to him.
It's not there.
Okay, it should be.
It should be.
It's
I know it's all for love.
It's coming there.
We'll get it there.